Alright guys, episode 5. Let's see who wins. The Bloodbath. As the troops stand on the podiums, the horn sounds. Rodrigo Tezer retrieves a triumph from inside the cornucopia. Markiplier grabs a jar of fishing bait while Gaming with Kev gets fishing gear. Mr. Ryan runs away from the cornucopia. Dan TDM finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver. I run away from the cornucopia and hide. The unlucky Tug runs away from the cornucopia. Sketch YT sets off an explosive, killing Jacksepticeye. Alex runs away from the cornucopia. AP Ryan clutches a first aid kit and runs away. Sister X runs away from the cornucopia along with DA Games. Van's Gaming finds a bag full of explosives. H2O Delirious runs away from the cornucopia along with Dennis Steely, Good Times with Scar, Alex Blanco, and Jones Guy Game. Stampede takes a circle from inside the cornucopia. Sub-Zero X-Bite grabs a shield leaning on the cornucopia. Plasmus HD kills Green as he tries to run. Darko runs away from the cornucopia. Day 1 in the Hunger Games. Game with Kev searches for firewood. I kill Jones Guy Game while he is resting. Sub-Zero X-Bite fishes. Dan TDM collects fruit from a tree. The unlucky Tug receives fresh fruit from an unknown sponsor. DA Games makes a wooden spear. Darko and Alex hunt for other tributes. Van's Gaming overhears Rodrigo Tezer and Dennis Dealey talking in the distance. Mr. Ryan injures himself. Alex Blanco pushes AP Ryan off a cliff during a knife fight. Blasphemous HD searches for firewood. Good Times with Scar, Sister X, and H2O Delirious hunt for other tributes. Markiplier stabs Stampy in the back with Tritons. Sketch YT goes hunting. Final tributes. 5 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Jacksepticeye from District 3, Grant from District 8, Jones Guy Game from District 6, AP Ryan from District 1, and Stampede from District 4. Night 1. Good Times with Scar receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Dennis Daly receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Demon with Kev tends to his wounds. Sub-Zero X-Bite receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Van's Gaming, Alex, and Sister X get into a fight. Sister X triumphantly kills them both. Rodrigo Tezer passes out from exhaustion. DA Games receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Sketch YT tries to treat his infection. Blasphemous HD, Markiplier, The Unlucky Tug, and Mr. Ryan sleep in shifts. The NTM thinks about home. I throw a knife into Alex Blanco's head. Another ultimate betrayal, but this time with Alex instead of Rodrigo. Darko receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. H2O Delirious thinks about home. Day 2 in the Hunger Games. Sub-Zero X-Bite steals from Sister X while he isn't looking. DA Games tends to H2O Delirious' wounds. Dennis Daly and Good Times with Scar work together for the day. Sketch YT falls into a pit and dies. Rodrigo Tezer searches for firewood. Darko discovers a cave. Dan TDM camouflages himself in the bushes. Mr. Ryan receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Markiplier receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Game with Kev receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. I chase down Blasphemous HD. The unlucky Tug makes a slingshot. I was already laughing while chasing him down while he was screaming. Fallen tributes. 4 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Van's Gaming from District 7, Alex from District 12, Alex Blanco from District 9, and Sketch YT from District 12 as well. Night 2. H2O Delirious, Good Times with Scar, Sister X, and Blasphemous HD tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Dan TM stays awake all night. Mr. Ryan tends to Markiplier's wounds. Sub-Zero X-Bite looks at the night sky. I go to sleep. The unlucky Tug climbs a tree to rest. Rodrigo Tezer receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Game with Kev receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Dennis Daly passes out from exhaustion. Doggo destroys DA Games' supplies while he is asleep. Day 3 in the Hunger Games. Blasphemous HG travels to higher ground. Mr. Ryan picks flowers. H2O Delirious begs for Tezer to kill him. He refuses, keeping H2O Delirious alive. Markiplier hunts for other tributes. The Unlucky Tug and Sub-Zero X-Bite work together for the day. Good Times with Scar searches for a water source. I camouflages myself in the bush. DA Games receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. DMTDM searches for firewood. Sister X travels to higher ground. Darko explores the arena. Gaming with Kev discovers a river. Dennis Daly goes hunting. No one has died. Night 3. Mr. Ryan climbs a tree to rest. Dennis Daly receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Good Times with Scar, Gaming with Kev, and me sleep in shifts. DMTDM destroys Darko's supplies while he is asleep. Darko, your supplies keeps getting destroyed. He has to pay attention. Sub-Zero X-Bite starts a fire. Sister X convinces Rodrigo Tezer to snuggle with him. H2O Delirious receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. The Unlucky Dog tries to sing himself to sleep. DMTDM and DA Games huddle for warmth. Markiplier screams for help. Day 4 in the Hunger Games. Rodrigo Tezer chases Darko. Good Times with Scar, Mr. Ryan, and Game with Kev hunt for other tributes. H2O Delirious collects a fruit from a tree. DA Games questions his sanity. Markiplier tries to spear fish with a trident. Sister X receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. DMTDM dies from hypothermia. Blasphemous HG's trap kills Sub-Zero X-Bite. The Unlucky Tug attacks Dennis Daly, but he manages to escape. I receive clean water from an unknown sponsor. Fallen tributes. 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. DMTDM from District 4 and Sub-Zero X-Bite from District 11. Night 4. H2O Delirious passes out from exhaustion. Markiplier climbs a tree to rest. Sister X lets the Unlucky Tug into his shelter. Blasphemous HG sets an explosive off, killing Rodrigo Tezer. Darko cooks his food before putting his fire out. I question my sanity. Dennis Daly receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Mr. Ryan dies from hypothermia. DA Games and a Game with Kev tell stories about themselves to each other. Good Times with Scar questions his sanity. Day 5 in the Hunger Games. The Unlucky Tug tries to sleep through the entire day. Sister X collects fruit from a tree. Markiplier and Game with Kev work together for the day. DA Games, H2O Delirious, me, and Doggo raid Blasphemous HG's camp while he is hunting. Dennis Daly goes hunting. Good Times with Scar explores the arena. 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Rodrigo Tezer from District 9 and Mr. Ryan from District 10. Night 5. Dennis Daly sets an explosive off, killing Game with Kev, Sister X, Good Times with Scar, and H2O Delirious. Another quadruple kill. The Unlucky Tug convinces Darko to snuggle with him. Blasphemous HG receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. DA Games, Markiplier, and I get into a fight. I trifling kill them both. The Feast. The cornucopia is replenished with supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tributes' families. The Unlucky Tug decides to not go to the feast. Everyone decides not to go to the feast. Day 6 in the Hunger Games. The Unlucky Tug attacks Darko, but he manages to escape. Dennis Daly practices his archery. I question my sanity. Blasphemous HG goes hunting. 6 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Game with Kev from District 6, Sister X from District 2, Good Times with Scar from District 8, H2O Delirious from District 7, DA Games from District 1, and Markiplier from District 3. 1 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 districts have been taken out of the picture. Night 6. The unlucky Tug stays awake all night. I climb a tree to rest. Doko climbs a tree to rest as well, along with Blasphemous HD and Dennis Daly. Day 7. And the Hunger Games. I discover a cave. Dennis Daly stabs Blasphemous HD while his back is turned. Doko unknowingly eats toxic berries. The unlucky Tug makes a wooden spear. 2. More cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Blasphemous HD from District 5 and Doko from District 2. Night 7. I am unable to start a fire and sleep without warmth. Dennis Daly shoots a poisonous blow dart into the unlucky Tug's neck, slowly killing him. Day 8. In the Hunger Games. I kill Dennis Daly while he is resting. 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. The unlucky Tug from District 10 and Dennis Daly from District 11. I won again. Me 1st, Dennis 2nd, Tug 3rd, Doko 4th, and Blast in 5th. Holy moly. Well, that's just going to be it for today's episode. Next episode will be out a little bit shortly, after I made an ultimate custom night gameplay.